Welcome in, everybody, to episode 33. This is the Scottie Pippen. I guess we will be the Scottie Pippen to your Michael Jordan.
Ooh, sick.
For this 1 week only.
And AJ will be the Dennis Rodman this week.
Get to dye in that hair, buddy.
I like it.
Come on, let's see some colors in that thing.
I don't have a response to that, quite honestly.
Just please no.
Don't.
I would rather not.
One of the best defensive players to ever play the game.
We'll consider the mustache kind of
Great
the
rebuttal.
The wacky antics and
Thank you.
the things that made Rodman Rodman.
I love Rodman.
I'm not going to North Korea anytime soon, though. I'll tell you that much. Sorry,
Same.
Kim.
Oh,
Same.
Man.
This is episode 33 of Understable Minds. To actually let you know, AJ is AJ.
Yes.
Eric is Eric.
Mm-hmm.
I am still Anthony. And this is still the same show with obscure basketball references
Mm-hmm.
for some odd reason. Mostly because we feel like it.
Mm-hmm.
I think is probably a good enough reason.
It's been such a influential sport. It's so entertaining. I've just been truly touched by it in like
Nailed it.
the best way.
There you go.
So it's affected my life, and I just enjoy basketball.
There we go.
Try to
Hoops.
Shooty hoops.
I also enjoy disc golf.
This is true.
I enjoy that quite a bit.
That's
A lot of similarities.
it's
Hey,
yeah. You're trying to put the thing in the basket.
Mm-hmm.
One, you're trying to do it as much as possible. The
Yeah.
other, you're trying to do it as
Least.
sort of quickly as possible.
Oh, quickly. Yeah.
And,
Right. Yeah, at least
Yeah.
as possible. Yeah. I don't know. We'll figure that out.
All right.
We will.
But what we don't have to figure out is how you're going to carry your discs. Because if you're listening right now, immediately after recording, you can get your Westside Noble bag. And if you're listening a little bit after recording, you can get your Westside Empire bag, which will hold, I think, the entire warehouse quantity.
It'll
Oh,
hold
dang.
It'll hold your typical 20 discs and your basketball.
You can also fit
for
a basketball guaranteed. The Noble is funny. We were talking about it this morning, and it was like, oh, yeah, the Noble is the smaller bag. And then Danny was like, all right, guys, hold on. Like, it's smaller, but it is not a small bag. This is still a rather large bag. I think
It's relatively small.
in terms of the dynamic discs bag lineup, I think the Noble kind of fits between like Commander Ranger, and then the Empire is bigger than a Ranger. Is it bigger than the Mission Rig bag?
A little bit.
I would
yeah.
say
A little
so.
bit, yeah. It is.
I think the Mission Rig and Rangers are somewhat comparable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Noble is for kind of the player that's maybe getting into. Here we go.
Oh, here
look
we
at this.
go.
Production.
Sick.
This is the Empire, as you can tell by the way that it completely engulfs Eric.
Empires.
Yeah, Eric, if you want to,
You can still see me.
If you're curious, you can
you wanna
fit
take a seat
one.
you can
inside
fit
there.
Eric
You can
inside.
fit one Eric
an
McCabe
Empire.
from the neck down into an Empire. Oh, there he is.
Oh,
There. That's just a size
Sick.
comparison. It's almost my size.
oh man,
this
engulfing Eric.
bag, whatever you're watching this on, is actual size.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Some objects are closer to the camera, but the Empire is just actually that big.
Yeah.
yeah, these side pockets are enormous, and then that top pocket is
Even more
You could
enormous.
fit a couple camera batteries.
Camera batteries. You could fit. I forget the exact quantity of discs in there, but it's probably. If you were to put nothing but discs in there and your goal was to fit as many discs as possible, I bet you could get close to 40.
That's too
Yeah.
many discs.
Just
That's a lot, right? I would
that's a lot
not
of discs.
recommend that.
Yeah.
But if you were just
Good
saying,
like backup bag.
yes, yeah, if you're the guy at your local tournaments or minis or things like that that has back problems and is 24 years old, the Empire is the one for you.
I tell you what, though,
It's a good Hammond Park bag.
If you're trying to throw a disc and not pick it up,
And then put a lot of water in it.
and yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
The cushioning is top notch. I was just feeling the cushioning on the top handle and the back pads and the straps.
It's a smooth ride.
Yeah, so it's like your back muscles and all that might suffer, but at least your shoulder, or at least like the skin on your shoulders and all that, it'll be fine.
Right. It's not like when you're at the gym and you're like trying to exercise and they have all these like hard metal bars and that hurts.
Yeah.
You're still going to be carrying a lot of weight. You could still squat with this thing on,
Ooh,
but
that's a good idea.
it's not a hard metal bar. It's just nice, cushiony little foam.
I like it.
I think people that live like in the Pacific Northwest, or I don't know.
Hey, two of us were just
like
there.
like a winter bag. That's gonna be what this is good for. You'll be able to carry some layers. You'll be able to carry some snacks.
Oh, layers.
You might even be able to
Towels.
carry a thermos. Yeah, towels for sure.
Many towels.
You could I think you could probably fit a thermos or two in there, and as long as you make like some hot cocoa or chicken noodle soup before you
could
head
probably
out to
fit
the
one
course.
of each.
Right. It's got the room. Empire bag.
Yeah. And then for a little bit less room, the Noble bag.
Yeah.
If you want an appropriate amount of room,
Like
not
if
appropriate,
if
but
you don't want to carry 3 pencils.
right.
Yeah.
If you just need one,
makes sense.
you're a Sharpie guy.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
my go-to Sharpie.
Got it.
Boom.
Perfect. You could
What?
pick those up today.
Yeah. Well,
The Nobles.
Nobles are out
Nobles,
already.
yeah.
The Empires, as of
a week or
recording,
so.
I think come out next week. I think it's the 26th is the official release date. July 26th for those of you listening. But
in the future.
Check it.
right, those of you from the past, welcome. Also, the PCS Sula Open happened. Everybody, whoosh, that's the noise planes make, whoosh, across the ocean to Europe for the European swing. The PCS Sula Open was the first stop on that swing.
It was.
Those little transitions are just they're such lovely times for eye contact.
Just direct eye contact.
Yeah, it's really-
Awkward eye
no
contact, yeah.
blinking. Excellent.
Anyways,
The audio people are absolutely loving that. The eye contact really comes through
hopefully
when you can't see.
hopefully at least one listener, maybe even two,
Mm-hmm.
are sitting in traffic while watching or listening to this podcast. And so
Well, first of all, rude. Why would you want them to be in traffic?
Yeah, traffic's the worst.
it happens. It's a part of life.
But why would you wish that on our Michael Jordans?
So that way, when they hear,
Because he's Dennis Rodman.
so when they
That's true. That's fair. That's fair.
when they hear the audio transition, they hopefully they like are looking around, and maybe they see someone in the car next to them, and they make eye contact, and then they
Eye
move
contact in traffic is awkward.
on. Less awkward with transitional music.
Got it.
So
So if you ever
let's
make eye
just-
contact, just roll the window down
Got it.
and then just.
let's just drop it and talk about Greg Barsby for a second.
Well, hold on.
Spoilers.
I was trying to go back.
I really did that.
Yeah. First of all, what the heck, dude?
Sorry.
And I think this is true. I think after every round there was a different leader in the MPO
you're
field.
right.
After round 1 it was Conrad, then Oakley, then I forget who was in the lead after round 3.
He was
Samarad.
the Latitude kid. Yeah.
Jakub.
Yes,
Who,
and
who
then
finished second, right?
Yeah.
they went to a playoff. Yeah, and then
Yeah.
Barsby eventually lifted the coolest trophy of all time. Trophies,
Pretty sick.
shield, and like a giant battle axe.
Battle axe.
The coolest trophy. Okay, the Glass Blown Open, Dynamic Discs Open trophies. Cool.
Those are pretty cool.
But when it comes to like a zombie apocalypse, they're not going to do much for you. Battle axe and a shield, you're living. You're living through that. The memes of that, like Barsby trying to get through security, and it's just,
Barsby and Customs.
oh man, that was hilarious.
Dude, it was okay. So they played two different courses, right? I didn't really watch much of the first half. The first
I didn't
two
either.
rounds.
I watched like second and third.
Yes,
Third and
fourth
is
rounds?
what I watched, yeah.
that the second course that they played looked pretty interesting. It looked like I really enjoyed the commentary, observing that course, and what I gleaned from that was that it was a bit shorter, and so the par was down, but there was a lot of OB,
Tons of OB.
and it was like kind of natural OB, but still with obviously lines. I don't know, and it just seemed like a slightly different style of course. But what the commentators were saying was, like, if we see more courses like this on our elite events, that'll be just fine. And I agree. It's like a little bit more technical golf, shot like placement, trying to hit like tight lines and land in tight spots. Mm-hmm. It was a cool test.
Yeah, I would agree.
A cool test to watch.
I would agree. It was fun to watch. I didn't see a lot of hokiness.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like it
no
felt
real
like
gimmick holes or
yeah,
anything?
I felt like the lines were there. If you wanted the layup, you could.
Mm-hmm.
If you wanted to be aggressive, you could.
Mm-hmm.
And then they ended by putting onto a tractor,
Yes.
Right.
which is pretty cool.
They probably saw the farm and were
I
like,
guarantee
we
it.
got to copy that.
Yeah, we got to just steal that right now.
Sounds like
Right.
that looks like a good idea. We can do that.
So
I dig it.
What
But
do you
man,
guys think?
that action was
What do you guys think
something
it
else.
was? Was it the courses? Was it the travel maybe that kind of like James played hot round 1 and then kind of fell off round 2? Oakley played really well round 2 but kind of fell off round 3. What do you think it was that made it so that usually I feel like a tournament is like, all right, Ricky's in the lead round 1, he's got 2 over Eagle. All right, now he has 2 over Calvin. All right, Calvin called him or whatever. Like it was not a wire to wire victory. Nobody held the lead for more than a round.
I kind of think it just that was the course. I kind of think the course kind of did that.
I think it was the course. There was the putting was awful
Yeah.
at this event. I felt like nobody putted well.
Yeah.
Is what a lot of it was.
I saw that too.
That's not 100% true because I'm going to butcher his name. Blair Orn.
Okay, but you
Gerson?
you did ask about like James. You asked about Calvin.
Right.
Right.
Those
What
guys,
did- what
those
did
guys
Blair
did
do?
not putt well.
This is true.
That's what I was.
Well, Blair
referencing.
putted 97%.
Nice.
The only other person inside above 90% was Magnus Lundberg, who putted well.
I think to Eric,
Putted well.
I think what Eric was getting at was that the guys at the top,
Right.
the guys at the top, like the top couple cards, and especially the ones that we expect, they definitely underperformed.
Yes.
Some of that was the baskets too. It wasn't just.
I did see some spit outs.
It wasn't just hitting the band or airballing.
Right.
There were there
was
were
like the
a handful
old
of putts
latitude
that
ones, right?
were
No, they were
Discmania.
they were
I believe.
Discmania.
Or
the
Discmania.
new Discmania
Yes,
baskets.
that's right.
And so it's like, well, I think we're just we end
the
up just
disc golf
beating
park.
the dead
Yeah.
horse at this point. But like, is it really the basket's fault?
We throw things into things. It's
Right. How much?
There's no science behind making something perfect, right?
Sure.
How much
So
of that?
that's how I always look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and the way I look at it is a bit of that, but then also like the basket is set. The basket is designed, put in the ground, and it's an inanimate object. It doesn't change once it's installed. The player with the disc in their hand has an endless amount of opportunities, or endless amount of possibilities. And I think that's kind of or that's what's asked of the player is, hey, adapt.
Sure. Everybody plays on the same targets
Yeah.
Right.
in each event. So
So yeah, I mean, it's again, we talk about this a lot, but it was definitely, you could definitely see it. It was,
and I'm sure that was contributed a little bit to if you do have a spit out during a round, it's hard to not be timid
right,
on that next putt.
right,
So
yeah,
And even if we're playing together and AJ gets a spit out and I have a putt from the same distance and I just saw that, now I'm thinking, oh, is it going to happen to me too? I don't know.
right.
Yeah, super interesting. A little bit of controversy, unfortunately, around the baskets, but there was another event that had a little bit more controversy as well. All right. So there was the Junior/Masters World Championships last weekend in Peoria, Illinois.
Peoria.
First of all, before we get to the controversial part of it, the biggest congratulations to Johnny McRae.
Oh my
Dude.
goodness.
Unbelievable.
2-time.
Unbelievable. The guy, excuse me.
Not world champion, but 2-time. Understable Minds
Right.
player of the
Player of the week.
Yeah.
We'll give Johnny McRae Player of the Year.
Yes,
I'll just give it to him
Might
now.
as well keep
best
the applause
comeback
rolling
story
for
of all time.
Unbelievable. There was a point in time earlier this year where Johnny McRae was pronounced dead for 4 minutes. And then he won a world championship. Like, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Congratulations to all the other people that won world championships as well.
That didn't have heart attacks.
Right. Yeah. Like, I think all of them would also recognize what Johnny McRae's accomplished this year is a massive milestone. Go ahead.
One other shout out real quick. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Ron Kahn, second place in MP50, and I believe he made a post not terribly long ago, but in the since 20, I don't remember the stat, like 2014 or something like that. He's finished either first or second at the World Championships.
Wow.
Dude's a stud.
That's awesome.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Yeah, well done.
And then did you hear about what happened, I think just after?
Yeah, he got his car stolen.
Somebody stole his car. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Ironically, every other time he got second place at Worlds, his car was also stolen Monday.
All right, Ron, I think this is an insurance fraud.
Okay, that's not true.
So I saw rumors of some controversy in the MP40 division. Never really saw anything about what actually happened. I
never heard that.
Oh, drama, whatever. But
drama. Joe Revere is so good.
Still very good.
He is very good.
Congrats, Joe.
Controversy or drama that I did actually hear about was in the FP40 division.
Own?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Own won a not so tight race, beating Jennifer Allen by 14.
Should have been 15.
Should have been 15. And the alleged controversy of what happened, as I've heard it, at least you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, was that somehow or some way, sometime before the final round, coming into the parking lot, there was some sort of incident that happened with one of the parking attendants.
I guess you would say.
And allegedly,
Owen said they were number one.
Yes, gave this person a middle finger, parked, went on her way, whatever. And then as she's playing, Nate Heinold and somebody from the PDGA go running down hole one's fairway after she's already started.
Running.
Yes, after she's already started and I think completed hole one. And they assessed her a stroke penalty for this alleged incident with the parking attendant. I'm not going to condone, if it's true, I don't know what happened, but I'm not going to condone middle fingers. But
appreciate that.
It's weird to me that something that happened in the parking lot probably at least like an hour before her tee time cost her a stroke during her round.
Can you imagine if she lost the tournament because of that too?
Right. That's kind of the fortunate part is that it ended up not mattering at all in terms of score. But what do you guys think about I think somewhere in the rules it says that to be assessed that stroke penalty would have to happen during the event.
Yes.
Or during the round. So I think she was
the competition manual versus the actual PGA rules book. Correct?
Yeah.
I can imagine something in that competition manual that mentions tournament staff and volunteers. So that's so I can see how that would play out.
But if it's outside of your round,
right,
in the parking lot,
should it affect your round?
Again, if it's like staff and volunteers that are affiliated with the tournament, then yeah, I would say so.
I guess my thing is, I know Owen.
Yeah.
And I would love to know what that parking attendant
Right.
did because Owen is not that kind of person.
Right.
Unless it's like, hey, the round's about to start and this guy's like trying, I don't know. Like I'm sorry that I assumed that the parking attendant was a guy.
Well, royal guy. Hey, what's up, guys?
Sure.
I think that's right.
But it's like if she's trying to park her car because she's running late and her tee time is coming up, and then I guess I can understand that. Or maybe if someone's like, hey, you're doing really well, like, good luck. I hope you don't blow it. It's like, well, then I would probably in the same. But yeah, I'm with you. Like, we need to know.
I'd like to know what happened.
We need
the
to
full
know.
details, because if it's just based off the story that I've heard, which is very similar to what you just said.
Right, and this is all alleged. I haven't seen anything officially confirmed or denied, other than the stroke penalty was assessed.
Yes, if that is the case, then I call bogus.
Yeah,
personally.
Right. It
like
seems
the fact
so
that
weird.
if that is true too, that the TD literally ran down the fairway.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Right.
if it's something that it happened before the round, why do you have to address it right then and there? Why can't you just wait till the round is over?
Right. And it seems weird to me
Because the
that
parking attendant was Nate Heinold's mom.
Oh,
and it feels weird to me too that it was like the penalty for it was
A
one
stroke
stroke
penalty.
for her round, right? I get like the situation with Bradley Williams a few years ago where he
kick the basket over.
knocked a basket over and like said something to the TD and then got suspended by the PDGA. I understand that, right? But if it was like he kicked the basket over, said something, and they gave him a 2-stroke penalty at his next event, like that doesn't
That doesn't add up.
that doesn't make sense to me.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
So
I agree with
if
you.
if this did happen, then I understand and I agree that something should have been done or said to own. But it just feels weird to me that the consequence for the alleged accusation, I guess, a lot of law
Well, I mean, I've
speak that I
seen-
just
I've
am
seen a
not
lot-
smart enough for.
I've seen a lot worse
Yes.
actions on camera from players
Yeah.
that don't get anything. Like,
Right.
that's why I'm a little more upset about this, I think.
Right.
I have seen video of players giving double birds to a basket
Yeah.
during an Elite Series
Yes,
event.
100%. And how
Nothing-
come? How come?
and nothing
yeah,
happens
that,
there.
That's. You just kind of pissed me off a little bit there.
Whoa.
Got him.
Well done.
Now who's Dennis Rodman, Eric?
Yes,
Now who's Rodman?
you are,
Wait,
because you made me mad.
that's true.
That's true.
I was thinking more of like he's kind of a lunatic.
That's true. Not PDJ Rodman, just so everybody.
Right. Dennis, the former professional basketball
Yes.
player.
What a menace.
you
Juniors,
Juniors.
though.
Juniors.
Shout out to Virginia Polkinghorn.
Hopefully no.
4-time?
Yes.
5-time? 4-time?
3 or 4. Yeah,
think
is it
4.
4?
Many.
Many time.
Many-time world
We had
champion.
a handful of second place finishers as well. Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
You know, I will say this. I am very disappointed also that the decision was made to do a combined worlds with the juniors and the masters.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I feel like some of the spotlight was taken away from the juniors.
It did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
It
Because-
felt.
I mean, I felt
And
like
the Masters.
well, yeah, and the masters as well, but like they're automatically going to get that spotlight. I feel like to a certain degree over the juniors when they're combined like that.
Yeah.
You know, and I just feel like I feel bad for the kids, honestly.
Right. It was hard for me. I kind of chalked it up to the fact that it's not in Emporia.
Yeah.
Every time that it's happened in the last 4 years, we've been hosting it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was kind of thinking that maybe it was because of that, but it definitely didn't feel the same.
Yeah.
It didn't have the same kind of stature.
That's because you weren't there, too.
Oh, sure.
I mean,
yeah.
it's a little different.
That's what a lot of people say about a lot of events. Was like, it just didn't quite live up. Anthony wasn't here.
That's right.
Rodman wasn't here, man.
Son of a.
Dang it. You know where else I won't be, Eric?
Where?
Back over in Europe for the President's Cup.
That's because it already happened.
Well, yeah, it did just finish today.
I can feel some eye contact about to happen.
Dude. Boom, boom. That's right,
What's up?
Eric. It did already happen.
I'm sorry. Spoilers.
It happened this morning / probably afternoon if you
Their
are
afternoon,
in
yeah.
Europe. Yeah, this
Yeah,
morning,
yeah.
America time.
This morning, but that afternoon.
And you know what?
7:45.
It is America time because we won again.
Oh,
So
undefeated.
right, we go by the
Yeah,
winner.
yeah.
Winner sets the time.
Yeah.
U.S. stays undefeated.
Whew.
I
President's
do.
Cup is such an underrated event, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure it was huge this year, you know, with
Yeah.
all the media behind it, the way the sport's going, et cetera, et cetera. But I am fortunate enough to be able to be on the team once as a player and as the captain. And I 100% will say that's one of my best achievements in my career is being involved in this event, especially the year I was a captain. And, you know, shout out to Coling for not being the first American to lose.
Right.
Because that's coming at some
It's gonna
point.
happen
That is
eventually.
coming.
Right.
And I thought this year, I honestly thought it'd be closer this year than
Yeah.
it was. I really did. I thought Europe has some momentum going, especially with Simon. Some of the other players, maybe if Kristen was there, she could have.
Right.
Not that one player would probably make that difference, but President's Cup is sick. It is so awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw a thing from, it was a screenshot from the broadcast this morning. and they were interviewing Germ, and I think they meant to put U.S. captain,
Oh, and it said
but
president.
it said U.S. president. Like,
Yeah.
oh, dang, I didn't know we were voting on that, but all
man.
right, congrats, Germ.
Yeah.
Let's do something about the economy, dude. Come on. Yeah.
Let's see that cup.
So if you guys had to set an over-under on how long you think before Team Europe dethrones us, Americans, what do you guys think is a fair... Is 3 years?
Over under 3 years, I'll take the under.
Really?
Oh.
I'll take the under on 3 years.
I'll take that over.
Okay,
I'll
book
take,
it.
I'll take it. Yeah.
I'll take that. Well, three calendar years or
No. It would be 3
Iterations.
President's Cups.
Right, so 2023,
So technically that's 6
2024,
years.
2025,
If they don't do it every year.
if they don't do
Yeah.
it.
Because they haven't, I mean, it's been an every other year type of an event.
Mm-hmm.
Even before the pandemic?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Ah,
It used to only take place in Europe.
that's right, because they used to
And
do...
then the one year they
Japan,
did it,
right?
the one year that I played in it as the player was at USDGC.
Okay.
We did it here. And then, 7 years ago, I was the captain
Yeah.
in Finland. But it's typically every other year that lines up with the European Open.
Yeah. That's right.
Yep.
Dude, when are we going back to Japan?
Oh.
That event hasn't happened in...
Man.
Didn't it happen last year?
On the scale that it used to be.
Ah,
I don't think it did.
I thought it did.
I think they were hyping it up like, yes, we're doing it, and then I think it might have gotten canceled.
Maybe.
I don't remember.
And I
anything
think
about it
what they
last
said
year.
was like, okay, we're going to be extra safe, and now the next one we're planning is 2024.
Gotcha.
Mm.
That's just
Could be.
yes,
Could
So,
be.
And is it still going to have the weight restriction? For anybody that doesn't know, at least back in the day, you used to have to play with, I think it was like sub
159.
159 gram
I think
discs.
they bumped it up at the last event to like 163 or something like that.
Okay. Yeah, so it was a lot of
But
people
it's
throwing
like you have to
air
go
discs.
through a line and get your discs weighed. And if
Mhm.
you're caught throwing a disc that's not approved and stamped during the tournament, I don't remember if it's a DQ or if it's a stroke penalty or what it is. But it's
Yeah.
and if you think, I mean, putting with a 159 putter is not easy.
Right, especially when
if
you're
there's
used
any
to,
wind or
yes.
anything. Whew.
Yeah, everything. Like you could kind of get away with just take a super overstable driver.
Yes.
Like if we had air enforcers, even though those are not, you would think an air enforcer would be less overstable, but they're monsters.
Mm-hmm.
But you could kind of do that and get away with it a little bit off the tee. But yes, throwing a lightweight putter or trying to throw super touchy shots and your disc is just 20 grams different than what you're used to, good luck. I loved watching that one. I used to be a huge fan of that back in the day.
Huge fan. So get back to the President's Cup though. What I know Danny had it pulled up there, but what was the match play counts? Like how if
Like-
you scroll down to the match play,
think
who
it was
Total
won?
score or
No,
matchup
just who-
breakdowns?
like break down each match kind of thing.
Looks
real
like
Okay.
it
quick.
was close to a
So-
sweep.
Matchup 1,
Mhm.
Rick
Oh, what a break!
versus Albert.
Let's go, Rick.
Ricky took that one down 2-1.
Some birdies in there.
Matchup 2,
Interesting. So they didn't give Simon to Rick.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked by that as well.
right.
Interesting move.
Quit
KJ.
telling the
Mr.
future,
KJ.
AJ, because Simon is in matchup 3, and we're on matchup 2, dude.
Yeah, I
Deuce.
would have expected Rick to match up with Simon. That's why I said it.
Matchup 2 was Eagle McMahon
Strategy.
and Niklas Antila.
Mhm. Good to see Eagle playing again.
Nicholas took an early 2-hole lead in the first 2 holes. Eagle then took it back by hole 6. They finished all square. Matchup.
Eagle was throwing some lefty shots out there
Yeah,
too.
he deuced
threw
hole
a
2
couple.
with a lefty on the first round.
Really
That-
cool
the-
to see.
the stroke play.
Yes, and also made like a 60-footer. Just massive putt because that's what Eagle does.
Yeah, he's good at that.
Matchup number 3 was the aforementioned Simon Lizotte against Calvin Heimberg.
Calvin.
Calvin took that one down 2-1. Calvin took a 3-stroke lead in the first 4 holes. Simon got 2 back by hole 7. Calvin closed it out on hole 8.
Tough to come back,
Right. And then
especially when it's only 9 holes.
A 9-hole match. Yeah.
yes, yeah. Matchup 4, I believe it is Newt, Knut. I believe it's a silent K.
I think it might be a
Knut. Knut.
Either way.
An audible K. There we go.
KVH took it down against world champion James Conrad. James had a 2-hole lead, kind of back and forth battle, and then KVH ended up taking it down with 3 in a row to close it out.
Well, maybe not a turkey, but
Matchup 5, Adam Hamas versus Vino Amakela. Vino closed it out with 2 birdies in the last 2 to tie it up. Adam basically just choked, is what the internet's saying.
Okay.
Really? The internet's saying that.
That's what the internet said. Yep.
It's got to be true then.
Right. You can't lie on the internet.
Come on, Adam.
Matchup number 6 was Paul McBeth versus Lauri Lehtinen.
Domination.
Yeah, it was all square through 4, and then Paul just said, I kind of only want to play 3 more holes. So just birdied those 3.
I think he shot 7 down in the singles match, too.
In 9 holes.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, birdie. I'll take a par.
Wow.
Birdie. Yeah, pretty good.
There's a reason he's unstoppable out there.
Matchup number 7 was Katrina Allen versus Evelina. Katrina took that one down 2-1 in 8 holes.
Cool.
And matchup 8 was Paige Pierce versus Henna. All square on that one, 2 birdies apiece.
Cool.
I want to see some. I want to see some video of that match.
That wasn't really a birdie on there, but
2 holes in favor of each. I guess that would be the better way to. Yeah, if you double bogey a hole and your opponent triple bogeys the hole,
still win.
It's basically a birdie, Eric. It's basically
I guess so.
A birdie.
I guess so. That was a par 9.
Anyone interested in playing match play? Because that's how I stand a chance.
Yeah, match play's awesome. I love it. I love this event. It's one of my favorite events, and I wish I could have watched it. You know, it was kind of early, and I kind of spaced on paying for it. But if I could go back, I probably would.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was cool. I enjoyed it.
AJ,
I enjoyed that event.
Thoughts on the President's Cup before we get over to the European Open?
I thought just overall thoughts. I think Team Europe, they put together a really good team. I mean, really the only thing I was kind of skeptical about was Canute, because he's just like the lowest rated player of their whole team. But he
won, didn't he?
Yeah, he won the match for him. So good job, Canute.
They should have gone with a much more lower rated players in Europe.
What? Maybe, but also that last match that you highlighted, I think, is a great segue.
Paige and Henna?
Yeah, for our next segment, because I think that might be what we see atop the FPO leaderboard.
Interesting.
I have 2 eyes, but I can't look at both of you, and
Very interesting.
Both of you are trying to make eye contact with me, and I'm not a chameleon. But
yeah, man,
it's European Open time.
Yeah, man.
Age.
Yeah.
Let's
Riz.
Just
get right into it.
I love this event.
Big news, ish.
Mm-hmm.
One of the big news coming out of this or coming into this event, as we kind of talked about in the President's Cup, is that Eagle McMahon is back and playing. Eagle said, I forget where exactly he said this. I think it was an interview with the Pro Tour, but he said that he's throwing mostly backhands and that he's shooting rounds close to what he used to. So it sounds like...
So am I.
Right.
But...
yeah, big old asterisk.
20 years ago it used to be.
I would guess that...
Yeah, there's a big 16 ratings points difference between the two of you.
Yeah. I would guess that means Eagles probably like 75-80%. Would you think? Which is still like probably a top 10 disc golfer in the world.
It's still what you want, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that
but
lefty, he's been working on it.
You would think mentally he's got to be timid on a big course like this over, 4 rounds, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll see.
No, we will.
I wonder because Jonesboro was a pretty big course.
And he hurt himself.
And
Yeah.
And then 2-3 months passed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm time and time again, I'm impressed by how this guy is able to face adversity and the attitude and mindset that he has pushing through that. He's got a great support system as well.
Sure he does.
From his dad. Now he's got a nice significant other that I'm sure is helping him with all this. He's really close with Seth Muncy, who helps him physically and mentally push past these setbacks. So man, I don't know. I am impressed by him time and time again. So yeah, I think he'll be a little timid, but I think he'll approach what we think he's timid about. I think he'll approach it calmly, slowly, and calculated.
Well, in his press conference, he even said that I'm just here to have fun at this event. And that is a scary player, in my opinion.
Yeah.
A player there with no expectations that has that ability, that's a scary player.
Especially one that's like, okay, I can't throw sidearms, so now it's just keep the game simple.
Yeah.
Right.
So, man, I don't know. I think this will be fun. I think this will be a fun watch.
It'll be a great watch.
And not only on the MPO side, but like I was saying in the previous segment, I think the FPO side is going to be pretty electric too. Even though we're going to miss Kristen.
Yeah.
This is
Gosh,
Evelina and Henna's like stomping grounds almost.
Yeah. Think about how far the FPO field has come in 5 or 10 years, where we can literally take the best player in the field and just remove her, and still it's like, this is going to be awesome. Whereas before it was kind of always just a 1 or 2 horse race, and then it was just kind of a foregone conclusion if one of them didn't play. Like, okay, we know who's going to win, right? Whereas now there's a handful of girls that can take it down. Talk to me about AJ. Have you played the course before?
No.
Okay, Eric, talk to me about the course and the atmosphere around it.
Insane.
Yeah.
The atmosphere is absolutely insane. They're expecting like between 7,000 and 8,000 people, spectators.
Bananas.
Like, that is ridiculous. That is a ridiculous amount of people lining those fairways, screaming. And it's not just like, I mean, it's families. Like, they bring their entire family out for this event. There's kids, there's parents that are just, I mean, it's electric is just the only way to explain it. And the course is fun. It's very challenging. It's grueling. I heard there's a couple changes coming down the stretch, like hole number 15, the one that used to shoot down the hill and played around the corner. I really thoroughly enjoyed that hole, and I heard they shortened it up a little bit. Okay. But it's one of those holes that you kind of got to make your choice. Am I going to go for the green or am I going to lay it up? You know, and being hole 15, I think that's the right spot in a course for a hole like that.
Yeah.
Especially if it's close coming down to the last 3 holes, which are no joke as well. Like 18 is one of my favorite holes out there, obviously, because you get the tee shot. You don't have to throw it too terribly far down to the landing zone, but you just got to avoid some trees. And then you're approaching to a green that has thousands of people up the left side of the fairway with a massive scoreboard right there,
right,
and an elevated basket.
That
it's phenomenal.
That hole feels like, to me, like a PGA golf hole of just people everywhere. There's, like you said, the giant scoreboard. It just looks like it's out of a video game. Like, if you could draw up a perfect finishing hole, it's this. Yeah. There's scoring separation. It's difficult. There's people everywhere. It just is so, without like water or mountains or anything, it's such a picturesque, just, this is what a disc golf hole should be.
Yeah. It's a relatively easy par, but if you need to push for that birdie, you can get into trouble.
Yes, you can. Yeah, you can get the 3, but you can also get a 5 or a 6. Yeah, yeah. I'm a huge fan. I've never had the chance to go, but just looking at the course and watching, it's just like, this is what Disc Golf Valley is going to turn into. This is video games. It's not real. Yeah, it's not real.
And then back to the subjective side of it, the field and the players have risen to that level in the time that we've been away from this venue. Could we make some picks?
In my opinion, before we do that, just to talk about the European Open, one more bit is, in my personal opinion, this is the third achievement to win, right? The highest achievement to win, in my opinion. I think it goes Worlds, USDGC, and then the European Open as that third major. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. This event is massive. It's huge, and it's a major title on the line this week. Yeah. It's awesome. I love it.
What is it? So then, is it the atmosphere and the course and everything that you think elevates it to that number 3 spot?
Here's the thing. The European Open, back when I was traveling there and playing that event, was ahead of its time. Back then, it felt like any other pro tour now. So it was just massive. Like the Finns, they all treated it like it was a professional sport. There was cameras everywhere. It was on local TV, maybe national TV over there. And it just felt like every time we went to Europe, we were like superhuman. You know, we were like gods to them. And it was insane to see, but it was, I'm telling you, they were well ahead of their time over in Finland.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really interesting because I think I would agree with you. But then if you were to rate and look at the field on a skill-to-skill basis, you could probably pick any Pro Tour event here, and the average rating of a player would probably be higher. Like, say, Waco. If you were to rate the entire MPO field versus the entire MPO field at Waco and European Open, Waco would probably have a higher average. But still, I think the European, and I guess that's not a major, so take Champions Cup.
Sure.
Champions Cup versus European Open. Champions Cup probably has a higher average rating. But I still think the European Open has a higher prestige and a higher...
Oh, of course. And until we get more Americans traveling over there, it's always going to be that way.
Yeah.
But UC did allude to wanting to put in a bid for the 2024 World Championships.
I heard about that.
Did,
that would be very cool.
That'd be insane.
That'd be really cool. But like AJ said, let's get to our picks. We've got pick number 1 was not Ricky and Simon. It was the same as the match play matchup that we had earlier in the day. Simon Lizotte versus Calvin Heimberg.
Hey.
Wow. So the two of them went with Simon. Me, Anthony,
Didn't work.
stuck with the robot, went with Calvin.
I went with Simon because during his press conference, he was almost emotional about
Okay.
how much the sport has grown, and since he was there in 2011 as a 16-year-old kid,
Where he pooped his pants.
and he pooped his pants, but he was in contention then. He's always been in contention on this course, and he's playing lights out.
Yeah.
Right now, he's playing better than he ever has throughout his entire career. And I know he also made the mention of while he was in the parking lot talking to UC, he asked him, you know, what do you need from us? What can we do to help? Whatever. He goes, bring home a major. So there's a lot like riding on it for Simon, and I think he can pull it out, at least between these two.
I went with Vinny. I think he's just due. I think he hasn't won since Jonesboro, and I think he's just.
And technically, he's not. I mean, he could finish in 30th place, and you could still win.
Right.
If Simon finishes in 31st.
That's fair. Yeah, I
don't see that happening.
Same. I just think Calvin's due for a kind of a
breakout,
right?
event,
a highlight
he hasn't had
event.
One.
Yeah. So
Either that or he's due for a little bit of sleep, so he can.
We saying clunker coming in 65th.
Yeah, I think
I'll take the under.
I mean, yeah, he's been kind of slacking a little bit, so maybe he just needs to take a nap. So
Maybe
he
he's
can
just
hit the last part of the season extra hard.
I heard he slept on the plane over, so I think he's good there. Yep.
8 hours.
All right, matchup number 2 features a couple of Europeans. We've got Linus Carlson versus Albert Dahm.
Bazooka.
Ooh, okay. So once again, I'm on the islands.
Yeah, you're ousted.
I went with Linus. You both went with Albert. What was your guys' kind of decision point? Why'd you go with Albert?
Because he has a bazooka.
I don't think he could get it through customs.
I mean, he lives there.
Had to leave it.
But he was here. Oh,
Yeah.
But he
He
just
had to
left
leave
it.
it
He
over
couldn't get it
here.
through customs to get here.
Oh, that's fair. Okay.
So he left it there.
And where was the bazooka? Where was the bazooka born?
Oh,
At the Beast.
that's right.
So that's kind of why I went for it. Was he's proven himself on this one course, in the past, and I think he's having a better year. I think he's got momentum on his side as well.
He's got a W this year too. So
He does. He won Tallahassee.
But I mean, I'm excited. I do like watching Linus play, and I am also hoping for the best for Linus.
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 Yeah.
Yeah, I think this one is going to be really close.
I do too.
This was a coin flip for me.
By the way,
Mm-hmm.
all three of these, spoiler on the next one, but all three of these, in my opinion, have been the hardest to pick. So
Yeah.
props to whoever did that because those were
Thanks, dude.
sick. Yeah, dog.
Thanks, man.
That was you?
Tough
I
choices.
did.
Oh, sick.
Yeah,
Oh.
I appreciate that.
Man.
Also, how dare you? Danny worked hard on some of the other ones.
Oh, I tell you.
We worked on some of them together.
Yeah.
What the heck, dude?
Hey, man,
Dang.
it's just European Open, dude.
God, you can't even give props in this town.
Right. All right, matchup number 3 features a couple of H's.
This will be
We've
this
got-
one, I bet.
Henna Blomroos and Heidi Lane. Lane?
Heidi.
All right, so Eric and I are on the same page going with Heidi.
Heidi.
AJ went with Henna. I'll explain first, I guess. I went with Heidi because I don't know a ton about her game. I haven't been able to watch her play very much. But what I have seen her do is win a ton this year. She has been, when Henna, Evelina, and Kristen are over here touring, it just seems like she wins everything else. And I think she has momentum on her side. I think that if she can bring the game that she's been playing to this event, I think she can and will place very well. But obviously, Henna is also a pretty strong competitor. So what was your thoughts, AJ?
I mean, you kind of said it. When
Thanks, man.
when
I'm just getting compliments left and right. This is great.
when Henna is away, Heidi shines. Henna is there competing against her.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think so. That's just that.
I don't know. For me, it was easy to pick Heidi just because she does have that momentum as far as being in the winner's circle this year. She won the Toonie, and then not that Henna's not a solid player because as we saw last year or the year before maybe, she comes out and dominates. She plays very well, but she hasn't exactly found her stride this year.
Mhm.
Plus, she pulled out of an event due to an injury
Yeah.
with her back, and to me, if you have any type of back pain, the beast will just eat you alive if you have any type of injury like that. But
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. I think Heidi's been just killing it this year. She's very confident. She's got a heck of a putt, and yeah, I just you had to pick one of the two, and they're both fantastic players. But just with momentum, I went with Heidi.
Yeah. I mean, nothing personal. Prove me wrong.
Well, that sounded personal.
No.
Hey, nothing personal, but tell me I'm wrong.
suck.
Show me.
That's the thing.
Show me, dude. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it's not personal, but
It's-
just prove it.
It's a game. It's a controlled environment. You know. Please.
Please.
Show me.
But also, and also though, I feel like people have hyped up Henna so much in the past few years, and we haven't quite seen that big, huge breakout major victory. So that's what that's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see all this talk and all this hype just be, now we get to see the visual, and now it's shoved in your face with
With a quality
sounds like-
performance.
with a very
with
good
a great
performance.
Yeah. So second place would be really good when Heidi wins.
Right.
Yeah.
She can have
be
a great
dope.
performance
That'd
and
be
get
sick.
second at a major.
That'd be
That's
great.
Yeah.
Are we trying to win a belt?
Ooh.
I think
I
picks
like
have closed
belts.
for that.
Ah, crud.
Oh, no, it hasn't.
Oh.
Let's do this. Let's get ourselves a belt,
Oh,
guys.
Gosh.
Come on. Oh, we have so little time. This is going to be. This is how it goes, right? Last one. Last
you got to
picks.
pick Paul. I mean, you got to pick Paul.
Yeah, don't even set it up, Anthony. Let's just get right into the picks.
Go.
Yep.
It's a grip 6, pick 5.
Yeah,
this week.
Picks.
Pick Paul six times if you can.
Yeah, I think that's not in the rules.
Oh, he tried.
Oh, look at him. He's pulsating.
Okay, so we've got Macbeth.
Macbeth, who has not lost here since like 2011.
Yes, he hasn't. Yes,
That's true.
every time he's played, he hasn't lost. That's
Every time
correct.
the European Open has happened
Right.
since 2011,
Yes,
he's won.
correct.
Yeah, which is still 5 times.
Yes,
So,
pretty good.
Let's go, Rick.
and he went 7 for 9. Okay, Rick.
Rick Dog.
Oh, what up, Rick?
Okay, so who do we want?
Attaboy,
Are we going to go
Rick.
3 and 3?
I like 3 and 3.
3 and 3 split. So who do we want as our third Mpo?
Let's go.
Poe.
Do we want Vinny? Barsby's playing really well. Just
That's
one.
a good choice. Conrad is.
Do we believe in Eagle? We were talking about how he's kind of no expectations.
Man. Oh, Oh, dang it. You're right. We did say that.
We got to throw a European on there,
Simon?
right? Simon? maybe?
Or do we want to go with like a full-time European? Nicholas, Laurie, Linus,
Laurie.
Albert,
Man, why do they get their names pronounced all
Oyvind?
Let's go with Simon.
elegantly?
Do you guys know how to say that?
I
Is
like
it
Simon.
Oyvind Yarnis?
It's Simon Lazat.
Ah, okay. It's because they spell it different over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh, the E is silent.
Yep, that's what I was doing wrong. That's what I was doing wrong. Okay, so we've got Paul, Rick, Simon.
Yep.
On the FPO.
You guys pick this one.
Thank you.
You're going to have to talk me off of the top two, Paige and Katrina. You're going to have to argue pretty hard to get me to not pick either of those.
You could pick both.
Well, right, I'm just saying that, like,
Who's your third?
Would
AJ?
you say that Evelina and Henna are the European Paige and Katrina? Would you say that, or
I would never say that. They are their own person.
I would say that they're
Okay.
Evelina and Henna.
yeah? Okay.
Based on the way that their name is spelled, I might be wrong, though, as we've established that the European spellings and E's and stuff, so I might be wrong.
2 dots above the E.
Yeah.
All right, enough stalling.
So we're good. We agree on Paige and Kat.
I like Paige and Kat.
Then I think the next three is probably where we find our pick: Evelina, Henna, or Heidi.
Mm-hmm.
Eric and I are on Heidi over Henna. So is it
So I
between
guess it's Evelina.
Henna and Evelina?
I think that. Yeah, I kind of think that's smart.
Do we want to do that, or do we want to win ourselves a belt? Because everyone's putting Paige, Katrina, Evelina. Do we want to make our tiebreaker Heidi?
A lot of people are.
Because
You know I'm on Team Heidi.
there's going to be less Heidi picks than Evelina picks.
Right.
So we're good with
So
Paige,
we're either
Kat.
going to get first or 1,670
If you're not
seconds.
first, you're last, Eric. There's one belt to go around, and we want
Oh
it.
man,
We want it.
I'm bringing a belt. I said I was gonna. I told AJ this a couple weeks ago. I was gonna make a belt from Grip 6 with our faces on it, like Mount Rushmore, and we were gonna share it between the four of us.
Oh, I'm so in favor of that.
Oh,
I am
man.
so on board with
That'd
this
be
idea.
So sick.
Yes, I love that idea. All right, so we're good
Yeah.
with those picks.
Yes.
Paul, Rick, Simon, Paige, Katrina, Heidi.
Scores are hard.
Scores.
What was it last?
Scores, no idea.
Give me
2
a
years ago.
second.
Was it?
Yeah.
No, it would have been.
Was it 2019 was
So
the last time?
think
It's a
so.
4-round event, isn't it?
It's
It
a
is.
4-rounder. It's a tough course.
Sick.
So in 2019, Macbeth shot a 33 down. Paige won it in FPO at a 2 down. Henna was second at 15 over. So there's a big spread. Paige played out of her mind that week. And so do we think that would have been a 35? Paige averaged probably just under 1,000 rated.
I'd
Paul
say the
was-
talent is higher now, obviously, than then. So I
They've
would say
made a
that
couple
2 under for
changes.
FPO is probably pretty close.
Okay. And do we think MPO is going to be at low 30s again?
I don't know. Paul went 7 for 9 this morning.
He also had 3 54s that were 1062 rated in 2019. 54, 54, 61, 54.
And he won by how many?
He won by 2 over Eagle.
Yeah.
Do we want to say this?
AJ, how old are you?
30? 30?
Dang it.
What if you were
What if you were like
older than
36?
30-0?
I was going to say 37, so I'm fine with
Okay,
36.
That's what I
Right,
was going to say,
perfect.
too.
Oh, sick.
You were going to say what? 36 or 37?
37.
Okay, 37.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
37 is our pick. We've got Paul, Rick, Simon, Paige, Kat, Heidi.
We're going to lose on the. It's going to be.
It's going to be we're
Perfect.
going to
It's gonna
tie
be
and it's going to be 36 under. Oh man, I hope. You know what we should have freaking done? We should have done 34 under cuz next week's episode 34.
Oh, man.
That would have been the smart play. If we were
not
smarter
smart.
individuals,
We're not.
we would have done that. But
No.
we're not. So unfortunately, you'll have to come back next week and see if we're smarter for episode 34. Cross your fingers. Help.
I mean, I guess not.
Whatever you could do to throw some brain cells, IQ points our way, please do that.
Yes.
But then also come back for episode 34 of Understable Minds next week. We will see you then post European Open pre-Deglow. Goodbye.
Bye.